Last week, we accepted something together. The wave of AI is real. It is already here, and preparation is the only honest response.
We meant it. But something happened to me this week that made the picture more complicated and actually more useful.
Tell me.
My company recently rolled out an AI tool for screening job applications. HR sent around a message saying it would cut screening time by over 80%. And at first I thought, fine, that sounds efficient.
And then?
And then I asked, how does it actually work? What criteria does it use? Has it been independently tested? And nobody could give me a clear answer. Not an evasive answer. Genuinely, nobody knew. A system is now making initial decisions about people's careers in our building, and the people deploying it cannot explain how it works.
I had a different but related moment. My 16-year-old handed in an essay last month. His teacher flagged it as AI generated. He said he used AI to help structure his argument, but wrote it himself. And I had to have a conversation I was not prepared for, because I genuinely did not know what I thought. Is that cheating? Is it learning? Is it the same as using a calculator or a dictionary? I did not have clear answers.
And that is the thing. We are navigating tools and systems we do not fully understand, making decisions about them, at work, at home, in our children's schools, without a reliable way to evaluate them.
Which is exactly what today's book is for. AI Snake Oil. What artificial intelligence can do, what it can't, and how to tell the difference. By Arvind, Narayanan, and Sayash Kapoor. Both computer scientists at Princeton, both on Time magazine's list of the 100 most influential people in AI.
These are not people who are afraid of technology. They are people who work inside it and who are saying, clearly and directly, a lot of what is called AI does not work the way it claims to. And the people most affected by it are often the ones least able to push back.
This episode gives this entire series its critical lens. The wave is real, and not every story about the wave is real. You need both of those things to navigate what comes next. Welcome back to Book Takeaways for Professional Growth Podcast. I am your host, Marcus.
And I'm Sophia. This is episode 2 of 7. Last week, The Coming Wave established that AI is a significant and already present force. This week, we calibrate our thinking so we can evaluate what we hear. Each episode builds on the last, but each also stands alone if this is your starting point.
Segment 1. The Pain.
Let's name the specific confusion that I think many parents and professionals carry right now.
It is not one confusion. It is several, all arriving at the same time.
There is the confusion at work. New AI tools appear constantly. You are told to use them. You are not always sure if they actually help or just look like they help. You do not always know how to evaluate the difference.
There is the confusion in schools. Teachers are struggling with AI-written homework. Some schools ban AI entirely. Others embrace it. Most parents are somewhere in the middle, unsure what they want or what is right.
And there is a deeper confusion, one the book names very precisely. The word AI is being used to describe completely different types of technology as if they are the same thing. A tool that generates creative writing and a system that predicts whether someone should get a bank loan are both called AI, but they work differently, they fail differently, and the question of whether to trust them is completely different.
Narayanan and Kapoor use a comparison I keep coming back to. Imagine if we use just one word, vehicle, for bicycles, buses, airplanes, and spacecraft. Conversations about vehicles would be almost meaningless. You would never know if someone was talking about a bicycle or a rocket ship.
That is exactly what is happening with AI, and it is why so many well-intentioned decisions by parents, by schools, by employers are being made without the right frame.
This book gives us the frame. Segment 2, the key takeaways.
4 key ideas. Let's go.
Takeaway 1. 2 very different kinds of AI, and they are not equal. The most important distinction in the book. Narayanan and Kapoor separate AI into 2 fundamentally different categories.
Generative AI, tools that produce content, text, images, code, audio, Chat GPT, image generators, coding assistants. The authors are cautiously optimistic about this category. It is genuinely advancing, genuinely useful for knowledge work, and genuinely expanding what individuals can do.
Predictive AI, systems that make decisions about people, who gets a job interview, who gets a loan, who gets flagged by a security system, who is assessed as a risk in a legal proceeding.
And that second category, the one making consequential decisions about real people's lives, is where the snake oil lives. These systems are frequently oversold, undertested, and applied with far more confidence than the evidence supports.
The first question to ask whenever you hear AI is being used for X is, which type, generative or predictive? Because the appropriate level of trust is completely different. Takeaway 2. Confidence is not accuracy. The ELIZA effect.
This one is immediately practical for every parent thinking about how their child uses AI.
AI systems produce output that sounds confident and polished. The language is smooth, the answers are coherent. It feels authoritative. But that feeling of authority is a design feature, not a measure of accuracy.
The book calls this the ELIZA effect. In the 1960s, a simple chatbot called ELIZA could make people feel they were having a meaningful conversation with an intelligent system, even though it was doing something very simple. We have been susceptible to this tendency ever since. And with modern AI, the effect is much stronger because the systems are much more capable of sounding right, even when they are wrong.
For our children, the skill they need is not just how to use AI. It is how to evaluate what AI produces. Speed and confidence from a tool do not equal truth. That habit of verification, asking, where does this come from and how would I check it, is one of the most important things we can help them build. Takeaway 3. The harm is already real in specific places.
The book does not just talk about risks, it documents specific places where overconfident AI is already causing harm to real people.
Hiring. Many companies use AI to screen applications before any human reads them. These systems are often biased, poorly validated, and invisible to the people they affect. Qualified candidates are rejected by algorithms that nobody involved can fully explain.
Criminal justice. AI tools used in sentencing and bail decisions have shown documented racial bias. Education. AI monitoring tools used in schools have disproportionate error rates for students from minority backgrounds. Medicine, banking, insurance. In each domain, AI is making consequential decisions, often without adequate accountability.
And the people most affected are the ones with the least power to push back, which means the critical thinking skills this book builds are not just professionally useful. They are a matter of fairness. Takeaway 4. The authors are optimistic about the right things.
The title sounds pessimistic. The book is not.
Narayanan and Kapoor are genuinely positive about generative AI for knowledge work. They believe it will expand what people can do, support creative and analytical work, and open up new possibilities. They are not anti-technology.
Their message is more precise than that. Learn to tell the difference. Ask the right questions. Keep your judgment active, because if you cannot tell generative from predictive, trustworthy from oversold, you will either trust AI too much in the wrong places or reject all of it out of fear.
Neither of those serves your career or your children. Segment 3, Action This Week. Before actions. This episode gives the rest of the series its critical foundation. The next 4 episodes are most useful when you are thinking with a discerning mind, not just an open one.
3 actions.
Action 1. Teach the two-type distinction to one person this week. Explain the difference between generative AI and predictive AI to your partner, a colleague, or your teenager. Generative AI creates content. Predictive AI makes decisions about people. That one distinction cuts through a lot of confusion.
Action 2. Ask one question the next time you see an AI claim, at work, in the news, or in a product your child's school uses. What is the evidence this works? Who tested it? Were results independently verified? You do not need to be technical to ask that, and the answer, or the silence, tells you a great deal. Action 3. Protect one thinking habit at home. Choose one area where your child should think for themselves before reaching for AI, the first draft of something, a decision about a problem they are facing, an opinion about a news story, one area. The skill they protect there is the habit of trusting their own mind first.
Segment 4. Closing.
AI Snake Oil gives this series something it needs from this point forward. A critical lens, not skepticism of technology, discernment about specific claims.
Last week, the coming wave told us to accept that AI is real and significant. This week, Narayanan and Kapoor told us to keep our judgment active about what specific systems actually do. Both are true, both are necessary. And carrying both, rather than choosing one, is exactly where a thoughtful parent and professional needs to be.
Next week, we use that calibrated, open mind to look at something very specific. What is AI actually doing to the professional careers that many of us have spent years building, and that our children are heading toward?
The future of the professions is written by a father and son, one a legal technology expert, one an Oxford economist, who spent years researching what technology is doing to the very careers that families have been steering children toward for generations. It is the episode that makes you think hard about your own job title and about what you tell your children to study.
This is Book Takeaways for Professional Growth Podcast. Join us next week for episode 3.
Let's keep learning.